Bev Adams. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. I'd like to show you this card that I made with some of the new products in our Occasions mini catalog. And I'm using the chalkboard paper and the color box chalk ink. And I'm also using Banner Blessings that was not in any of the catalogs but is available online. It's one of our monthly stamp sets, and this is a photopolymer stamp set. And I wanted to use Shine Like the Stars in the Universe. I keyed in on the words shine, stars, and so I did some, and also Banner Blessing, so I keyed in on those words to have coordinating products. I looked through Evernote and I found that I have several items that have stars. I have confetti stars. I have the star in Itty Bitty Punch Pack. I have the Lucky Stars embossing folder. And I have the Banners framelets, which keys into Banner. And I have shining glimmer paper. So that's what I went with. This piece of paper, this chalkboard paper, can be a bit confusing. It's really one-sided paper, even though both are black. And you can tell mostly by the feel. This side feels more like our cardstock. I can feel a little bit of roughness to it. This side is smoother, but in a funny way. It's been described as velvety, or it almost feels rubbery to me. And so this is the chalkboard side that you will get the better image with. I cut my chalkboard paper with my largest banner from the Banner framelets, and I also cut my Dazzling Diamonds glimmer paper with that same framelit. Punch your stars at the top of the banner, the chalkboard banner. There's a couple of lines that will show where the stars punch on your paper, and I want to have that centered on the banner. So I'm going to center that here where I can see the lines, and then put my thumb along there and slide it all the way in. Now, at this angle, I need to actually stand up to punch. And my stars will be centered on my banner. When you stamp with photopolymer stamps, you want to use the Stampin' Pierce mats because the stamps don't have as much cushion as our regular stamps. Ink up the stamp really well. And it doesn't show as much as you might think. In fact, depending on your angle, it might not show much at all, but as it dries, it will shine better. It will show up better. So set that aside to dry. While that's drying, we want to fold our cardstock in half. This is 4 1/4 by 11, and I've scored it at 5 1/2, and I'm going to hold it this way to open it. But I want to emboss the front of the card, and so the side with Sizzix and Stampin' Up is the front, and this just pretty much matches side to side our 4 1/4 cardstock. So I'm going to find the edge of this star and line it up with the edge of the fold and make sure that the sides are even with the sides of those stars. Then I will run it through my Big Shot. And so now I have my stars embossed on my card front. The glimmer paper is kind of known not to adhere very well, so I'm going to actually punch a couple of stars from the Itty Bitty Punch Pack in the sides. You could punch about, well, could punch near the bottom too if you want to make sure and adhere it better. But I don't want to punch up at the top because I don't want to have any holes punched where the little stars are going to be showing through. So I'm going to adhere this a little bit up toward the top with a little bit of border on the bottom. So I'm going to use the edge of the dimensionals across this top part. I'm just going to snip off some of these borders of the dimensionals, and I do want to make sure that they're not going to be showing through behind the stars, so I'm kind of lining up the stars with the angles on the dimensionals. It's almost like they planned that for me. I'm going to place the glimmer paper with fast fuse. I'm not trusting the fast fuse to totally hold down this piece. The dimensionals will do that for me, but this at least holds it where I want it to be. And so I can put dimensionals where these stars are punched out, and the dimensionals will stick to the cardstock through the glimmer paper and hold that there. And then that combined with these dimensionals on the top will hold this piece down. So I want to match up the sides of the banner, not have it too high, but high enough to show this across the bottom. I didn't mention that I'm using Bermuda Bay cardstock. I think that the aquamarine chalk box, it's not a perfect match, but it really is quite close to our Bermuda Bay. And just because I can, just to show you, I'm going to stamp that same image on the inside of my card and show you that you can stamp on cardstock as well. I'm going to adhere one of our glimmer stars with glue dots inside our card, just to shine that up inside. Then I want to kind of mirror this banner with the Bermuda Bay ribbon. I'm going to use glue dots to hold my folds in place. And also to hold that ribbon to the card. So I put a glue dot on the inside of the fold. Then I'm going to reach across to the other side of the card and hold that down. And right about where I want my next fold to be, I'm going to put another glue dot and flip that up. And then hold that down with a glue dot. And these glue dots can be folded so that they don't hang out beyond the ribbon. And then one more glue dot, and this one I'm just going to put the glue dot on the card and fold it this way and hold my ribbon down and not actually hold that fold, and then trim my ribbon ends with snips. I could actually put this anywhere. I think I'm going to put it down this side. You could put 2 or 3 stars if you'd like. And that's my card, Shine Like the Stars in the Universe. I hope you've been inspired with some of the new products in our Occasions catalog. And if you need a catalog or any of the supplies that I used today, come on over to bevadams.com. Click Shop Now, and hope to talk to you soon. Bye.